Alright, hello, welcome to my presentation. I have to do this all again because it didn't record my audio because for some reason it didn't choose the external microphone as the default microphone, which makes no sense. Anyway, so this is about 2003 Honda Civic, alright? 2003 Honda Civic. Okay, so basically I tried to look up the manufacturing process for the Honda Civic and I got nothing. Google wouldn't tell me nothing because Google ain't no snitch. Now, alright, I assume it was either done by workers, right? These humble fellows, these guys right here, these lovable guys, right? Or we just took one of these bad boys and we pop it in the oven, this oven right here, and then we just pop it out and we have a new Honda Civic. And so now, with the newly popped out Honda Civic, the Honda Civic is born, 2003 Honda Civic LX, we take it and we have these investors, right? This is our factory, this is our shutter door, and we open the shutter door and we have the Honda Civic, and they all buy a Honda Civic because the Honda Civic is clearly the best car ever made. And so they all buy one, and with the money, you make more Honda Civics with more ovens. You make more Honda Civics, all right? You make more Honda Civics. Way more Honda Civics. All the Honda Civics. Anyway, so then you go over to this guy. He's your dealership, right? And you're like, hey, look at this. And this man takes a look at that Honda Civic, and he says, I'll take your entire stock. And so he does. He buys all of your Honda Civics. And you go to this guy. This is the guy who sells the Honda Civics to the people, the good people. He unveils the Honda Civic and to a crowd of adoring fans who just can't contain themselves, right? They just want the Honda Civic. Unfortunately, they trampled this young man to death. He's dead. But no matter, because even without our salesman, now we have an audience of people who all want the Honda Civic, and they all keep buying Honda Civics. Luckily for yourself, you were also able to nab a Honda Civic. As seen here, you have your Honda Civic, and now everybody else also has their Honda Civic. This is a little bit in the future. We did a little bit of time travel. I didn't mention that. Anyway, unfortunately, there are still swarms of people who want the Honda Civic. Unfortunately for them, you are in a Honda Civic, and they are not. So they, and they're on the road, so disobeying traffic laws. So you know what happens. You just steamroll them, as anybody good person would do. All these are also Honda Civics. They're just painted yellow because people went to go see Despicable Me, right? Also, these are all Honda Civics as well. They all bought all those Honda Civics. Anyway, those people are dead now. Anyway, now everybody has a Honda Civic. That's great and all. That's great. But now that everybody has a Honda Civic, nobody has a Honda Civic. So 5 years later, you still have your Honda Civic. All right, you have your Honda Civic. One moment, you aren't supposed to see this. This is a spoiler. So you still have your Honda Civic. Now, unfortunately for you, you're driving off road like a bad person, and then you get hit by a semi truck, and now your Honda Civic explodes, and it looks like this. Look at that. Terrible. Horrible. An abomination unto man. An abomination unto the Honda Civic. How could you let yourself go like this? Anyway, now, all that's left is your Honda Civic being in the scrapyard. Because that's where all Honda Civics go to die. This is what is left of every Honda Civic. The only other ones that survive are as ancient as the dinosaurs. Because unfortunately, what the paleontologists won't tell you is that the T-Rexes were actually there during the creation of the Honda Civic. And thankfully, they all died because they wouldn't fit in the Honda Civics and they would all break the Honda Civics. I don't know why I mentioned that. End log.